One of the weirdest things in the world is, you have to have nutrition facts panels and labels on everything, but you don't on alcohol. So alcohol, you look at it, they don't have to label the ingredients. They can put as much sugar in there, as much MSG, as much chemicals as they want to make you like it.
Yep.
Artificial flavors, colors, you name it.
Yep, and they do that.
I talked to a friend, she's a sommelier, so she was kind of like a scientist in the beverage business. And she was saying they put metal flakes into beverages because people are attracted to shiny things. And when they pour it, they see, oh, shiny, I want to drink that.
Really?
And I mean, how big of a stretch is that? That like Sprite, they're going to put something in there. So when you look at Sprite, it's bubbly and shiny.
Good God. How is the world this way?
I don't know, but the human body is amazing that it can tolerate it for so long.
Yeah, indeed. So we're just going to give a couple minutes to let anybody we're not at 11 yet. We've got like 2 minutes left. But we are streaming live already. So how was your week, Raven? I haven't seen you in a minute. Are you on? Oh, his audio is still connecting. Hi, Juliet. Hi, Fong.
Hello.
How have you been? Hello. How are you today?
I'm totally ungrounded. So I was a little concerned that I was going to join you all and mess things up. But I figured if I can't join you all, who else can I join?
Right. There you go. Yeah, no, there was the Schumann resonance spiked huge at like 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and has been going strong since. Like I don't think it has even like chilled out since then. Let me check it real quick. Yeah, no, it's still popping. And it popped last evening, it started, and then there was this huge spike at 3 a.m. Eastern, and then it's just off the Richter basically. And
so what does that do? Like, I hear you talk about that, but I have no clue really what that is.
So the Schumann resonance is, hold on one second, starting Fireside right now. Let me hit you back, unless you want to join. So the Schumann resonance is the vibratory rate of the Earth, right? It's at about 5.7 to 7 hertz, which is basically like like a vibration, right? Because everything has a resonant frequency which it rests at, and the Earth's resonant frequency, which it rests at, also happens to be the resting state for the mind, the human mind. So there is like a correlation between imagine if you're a fish in water and all of a sudden the water itself all started shaking, right? Or you're a fish in a fish tank and the fish tank starts shaking. Like there's a normal shake for it, which is the rate which you feel most comfortable at. But then when it starts vibrating heavy, it's not quite an earthquake. It's just the whole planet is like oscillating a little bit. And that's what the Schumann resonance is. And so when we see these big spikes, it's also affecting us in the same way that the water in a fish tank would affect the fish swimming around in it. What that effect is precisely, I don't think anybody's really 100% clear on, other than, there has been correlative science done between, like, let's say CMEs hitting the sun, or the sun popping CMEs and those hitting the Earth. Like if there is no plasma stream from the sun where it's super quiet, we are then being bombarded with background cosmic radiation, right? When the sun is giving off its like normal plasma stream, it's sort of like holding us. The magnetosphere of the Earth kind of hits it, gets hit by it, and it kind of surrounds us. So other background cosmic radiation from the galaxy doesn't necessarily get through that proton stream. Now it's the same thing with the Earth's resonance. When it's vibrating, we vibrate at the same rate it does, and we feel most comfortable when that happens. But when it shakes, it's kind of like the same effect of a CME, whereas it can affect your mood, it can affect the psychology, I think more violent crime happens under cosmic conditions like that. So it does affect, but I don't know the exact things that it does.
Okay, so feeling more fear makes sense.
Yep.
Thank you.
Feeling fear would make more sense. Yeah, it's more uncertainty, more like, you know, something's going on. You don't know what quite it is, you know. So that underlying anxiety might be triggered. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for being here. All right. So today is Monday, April 19th. This is the Fireside Chat for FIRE and FIRE Global Partners. This is Lightning, the little birdie here. My daughters wanted a bird, so we got a bird, a cockatiel. And I'm going to go ahead and do the pledge real quick, and then we can get into updates and news. So I pledge my mind to the respectful recognition of the sovereign liberty essential to human dignity. I pledge my hands to the creation and maintenance of communal, cultural, and ecological prosperity. I pledge my eyes to watch over the integrity of truth and justice with acceptance of the natural balance of diversity and equality. I pledge my heart to the connection that binds all of us throughout creation. And I pledge my whole being with humility and love to the grateful service of all sentient beings and human consciousness. And I will duly act in accordance to the principles derived from such wisdom. So, we just came out of the weekend. FIRE sponsored an event that was, gosh, I guess it was a fundraiser, and it was held at the Boca Raton Airport in Boca Raton, Florida. And it was in a big hangar, and they had, you know, like 2 jets, fast cars, fast boats, runway models and fashion design, like a whole runway show. And I got to speak for just a few moments. And we were giving out, let's see if I have one on me, our poker chips, FIRE poker chips that we gave out at the launch party. Yeah, I got one right here, which is like a poker chip with the FIRE logo on one side and a QR code to the website on the other side. So we gave out all of them. We put them on our table, and everybody just came by and got them, and made a lot of really great connections, met some people who are doing some deep work in encryption to be able to send messages over any radio, EMF, or satellites, and they can encrypt it really well, and it's really good for banking transactions and such and so forth. So we're going to be having some conversations with those fellas. The team and I have been internally speaking about the benefits and potential pitfalls and drawbacks of launching the FIRE token to the market. Like right now, we're going through a process where people can speak with us privately if they're accredited investors, and we can talk to them about FIRE and all the things that we have. And we're kind of thinking like putting a presentation together and saying, this is what FIRE does. This is what the app will do. This is our goals and how it will function, how we're going to raise money for different projects. Everybody becomes a part member owner. A lot of the things that you all already know, having been here a couple times. And you know, this is what the building material does and what it looks like and how it functions. And this is what the power systems do. And, you know, if we raise this much money, we get to do this. If we raise this much money, we get to do this and this. And this is how much money that can make, the FIRE funds, all of this. And, you know, because the discussions we have with investors right now is real simple on one end. It's like, join our company, you get these tokens, and every little project that we spin off, this is how much money this one will make, this is what we've got in place for that, this is how much money this will make, and then this is the benefits that it will provide to the planet and the people. It's a real simple discussion, but there's also a lot of, well, it seems like you're doing a lot here, you know, and anybody who is familiar with Tony Robbins, or some people in our community actually run a number of companies all at once, and they do it really well because they're good at managing people and time and their own time as well. Like the FIRE Phone, for example, we have an entire team already, from manufacturing, point person, and sales, and a sales funnel. All we just need is the phone to go in to manufacturing and into production. So, and for that, it takes this, you know, this much amount of money. So those conversations are being very fruitful, and we've got our list together that we're honing, kind of a couple hundred people that have expressed interest over the course of the lifespan of this project. And now we're in a position where we can be like, and the tokens exist now, they're in a wallet and they're ready to be transferred, and, you know, there's no marketplace for them. So we're discussing the benefits of going to something like a DeFi network. Is anybody here familiar with decentralized exchanges? If you are, please raise your hand. All right, so I'll go ahead and explain what a decentralized exchange is. If anybody's familiar with the New York Stock Exchange, there's one place, one server, or many backup servers, or a bunch of servers in a network. Lori, you are familiar with the decentralized exchange. Would you like to tell us a little bit about it? And then Fong, you can go next. That was the order I saw the hands up. Go ahead, Lori. Sorry, I accidentally muted you. Fong, would you like to start?
Oh, hi. I mean, my understanding is very simplistic at best, and the way I look at a decentralized exchange is that there's no governing body to manipulate the market and the funds that are going in and out.
Yeah. That is that's like one of the central premises is actually,
Right.
There's no central point of failure, nobody to go after, there's no, but in that same regard, there's also therefore nobody's responsible or accountable if something goes wrong, right?
Right. Which is why we need the blockchain here.
Yeah, very good. Cool, thanks. Lori, do you have something you want to add to that? Oh man, I pressed mute again, I'm sorry. I'm not going to touch it. There you go.
Sorry. No, I think that that's kind of my understanding too, that it's instead of just, having one small group of people making decisions at the apex, it's all of us coming together and creating something together and sharing the resources. And that's how I see it, as like part of the sharing economy.
Yeah. So the decentralized exchanges, rather than being hosted on one server that, some governing body could go after and say, those are your computers. Like there are exchanges like Bitfinex, Bittrex, KuCoin, CoinEx, Huobi. There are exchanges that are owned by a company and they're managed by the company, and the servers are managed, and if something goes wrong, you can call customer support or text them or email them or whatever. With a decentralized exchange, it's hosted on a number of different servers, split up amongst all the users essentially, or the nodes that are running that blockchain. And they run on blockchain, and they run on what are called smart contracts. So it's like an entire architecture for an exchange that automatically executes deals. Like you put in your order, somebody else puts in a sell order, it automatically lines them up for you. Kind of like what the Forex and New York Stock Exchange and all these different centralized exchanges do, only on a blockchain without any central command structure or central point of failure. Now there are ways to take them down and this and that, but that's not the point of this. But this discussion. But the opportunity there is that people can create coins and put them on, and you see what are called like scam coins or SHIT coins, which are basically like somebody figures out how to make a coin, code it, puts it up there for exchange, and then people start buying and trading and selling it, and they have no control over the price. But what they usually do is they get some of their buddies or themselves and go and drive the price up and make it look like there's a bull run happening. They pay a couple people on Instagram or freaking TikTok now and give them a couple, $100 or $1,000 depending. And then those people then promote it, and then they all kind of get in at the same time, and they say, hey, we're going to tell you when we're going to start selling. If you promote this coin, you're going to make a lot of money with us. And so like there are all these little scams that go on. Safe Moon, there's a bunch of them, and they usually have huge market caps, like in the many billions of coins. And like Dogecoin has a lot, and everybody was like, oh, this is a scam coin, but it's been picked up by the community as something that is exciting, and so it's been driving the price up tremendously. If you bought Dogecoin at like pennies or less than pennies, like you're probably sitting on a lot of good money right now. But there's no control over it, right? And then whales can get in, do these pump and dump schemes. And since the beginning of 2014, was like, I do not want to I do not, I can't be a scam coin. Like we actually have a real project here. But I've been wondering if like the volatility of the market is something we should expose ourselves to or not. At the same time, it could be a way to raise capital without having to depend on anybody else or be answerable to anybody else, but by putting it to the market, setting the price and saying, you know, they're at $1 and this is what we're trading them at, and then teaching everybody how to use it. And there's a lot of people already who know how to use these decentralized exchanges. And we have enough of a strong use case and projects and partnerships and technology that would be really appealing to the market right now. And so we're weighing this back and forth a little bit. I'm sort of leaning towards doing it in some measured way and going to the market. And I'd love to hear if any of you all are doing any crypto trading now. Is anybody here familiar with it and or has done it yet? You can raise your hand in the participant. Fong, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm fairly new, and I didn't want to join because of the volatility, as a matter of fact. And yeah, I'm actually really glad that I did, because now I have this investment, and maybe something will turn out really well. And
Yeah.
you know, I could possibly be rolling in it and just have the complete freedom to do whatever I want. So that there's that. That sounds great to me.
It's really exciting in that regard.
It's exciting.
Yeah. Fong, you wanted to say something?
Oh, hi. So I'm not trading right now. I'm starting to try to learn how to do that. I'm just buying and just kind of really learning by immersing myself. Hodling, yes, hodling.
Yeah.
And it's been really exciting. And I also I'm really fascinated by the politics behind each coin, per se. And so there's a lot going on right now with the SEC and the world market. So, I mean, I don't know, it's like my latest new obsession. You know, people learned how to knit and bake bread during COVID. I learned how to do crypto.
Yeah. Awesome. That's a good thing, a good skill to learn, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if anybody here hasn't yet, I would highly recommend, not as in financial advice, but in personal development, let's say, to learn about cryptocurrency and how it works and how to get some and how to use them. I'm a big proponent of actually spending and using cryptos. And there's a good reason why, right? Because it's a transactional medium that allows us to buy, sell, trade, and do business with one another without anybody else's involvement, right? Where it's a private transaction between you and I, and nobody needs to see and or know. That's gotten a lot of people into trouble when they were doing like actually illegal things. But the fact is that the more power we can take back for ourselves as individuals and as sovereign beings to do the things that we dream about, the better, right? We're economically being harvested every time we make a transaction with our debit card or paying tax for all of this. Like literally our money goes to taxes and to fund projects, things, and efforts that we wouldn't agree with and wonder, how is the world so messed up? Well, it's because we've given our power away unknowingly and with full complicity in our own ignorance by instead of saying, because I'm not familiar with the process, I'm not going to involve myself, but by just involving people involving themselves in economy, hoping that everybody's doing the best for everybody else, but that doesn't seem to be the case, right? We've got war, we've got genocide, we've got the war machine, arms sales, trafficking, all of these horrible things that we wouldn't agree with, but that have been enabled by our lack of awareness and our lack of consciousness. And so FIRE is an effort and a grassroots effort, essentially, to say, let's become aware of these things. Let's take ownership back of our transactional economic life force, harvest it ourselves, and then put it to something that we would actually all choose together with, you know? And so here we are, like, on the cusp of a brand new age, essentially, with a new banking system and all of these wonderful things that are taking place in the midst of all of this darkness that's being revealed, and saying, you know, how can, instead of counting on somebody else to save us, how can we do it for ourselves? How can we build something that's important, that's worth doing, that makes us feel good about being alive on this planet and makes us feel like we're contributing to something positive? And at the very foundational level, it's by getting control, like in the same way fasting works, where you gain control of what you're putting in your body. So too is like FIRE a sense of a sort of economic fasting, where we're controlling our economics and deciding how the profits should be used, and by wonderful projects and member owners and everything. One of the coolest things I like about all of y'all is that you are not like, there are a lot of crypto groups out there, and everybody knows trading, everybody knows what they're doing. And not to say that you all don't, but we have the largest non-blockchain community for a blockchain project, which is huge, because way back to 2013, when I first started giving talks on this, I said, you know, nobody really cares about PayPal or who your payment processor is. You know, nobody's putting like a PayPal or Cash App sticker on their car, unless it's with their address so you can send them money. Everybody puts Apple stickers, for instance, you know, and people are brand awareness, but mostly for what it provides them in self-identity and in like lifestyle, right? So you're saying, I support this community or this idea because of what it provides me in terms of self-identity. I feel like I'm contributing, or whatever the value prop is with Apple, or I'm on the cutting edge of the coolest technology in the hip crowd. Whereas FIRE, it's like, we can count on all of the businesses that are in FIRE to be of good quality, that are actually helping the earth in some manner, some way, shape, or form, or contributing to the betterment of society and civilization. We can trust in the fact that our profits are being used towards what we want, right? So it's essentially like a lifestyle. Like, what is the basic value proposition on the earth? We come here to experience, we come here to grow, we come here to learn, and yet the whole garden is being effed up. How do we stop effing up the garden? By taking accountability for our own selves, rather than, you know, voting with our dollars. We're doing that. We do that collectively, and with a group of people together, we have a greater economic wherewithal, greater economic life force, and therefore can make a difference, you know, when we pool our resources together, like Voltron, right? So with FIRE, if we go to for instance, like, I know a lot of y'all want FIRE tokens, and we're thinking about being able to give a bunch of you all, just give them to you. But to do that, you need to know how to use the wallets, right? We don't have the FIRE wallets themselves built, but there's an app called MetaMask. And it looks like, I don't know if you can see, it is this one right here. It's got a little fox on it. There's a browser extension, and there's also an app in the App Store and the Google Play Store called MetaMask, METAMASK. There are videos on how to use it, and I would highly recommend everybody going and doing that, because that's how we're going to distribute our FIRE tokens when it's time. So if you want some, if you're on the app early, you're one of our, you know, a lot of you are here since the very jump, and, you know, we were thinking about selling them, but like, I don't want to sell them to you. I want to give them to you because of the support you've been showing, and showing up to actually believe in this positive vision of the future that we can build together. And I'm thinking about doing this in conjunction with our raise to private investors. If it's out on the market as like if it's out on the market, then it's not us selling to the market. It's the market selling to each other, right? And so, but even then, like, if people want to get them, they still have to know how to use MetaMask and how to attach to the decentralized exchanges like PancakeSwap, Uniswap, and these other ones. So what I might do is, it might make sense for me to find some of the videos that are online. And if anybody else wants to do this alongside me, you know, I think it would be something that we could all do together, is go look on YouTube, BitChute, you know, Odyssey, any of these other sites, how to use MetaMask, how to use Uniswap, how to use PancakeSwap, how to get decentralized tokens on a decentralized exchange, and start posting them in the FIRE room, and on the FIRE app, because the more you all are empowered on how these systems work, and taking not just accountability for your own finances, but put some effort into your own financial freedom and your own personal individual strength and economic strength. I mean, that just benefits us all, right? If we all understand how these systems work and are learning, like, you know, Fong has, and Natasha, and maybe some of you others, like, how to start acquiring crypto. The easiest way is like Coinbase or Cash App, but I wouldn't recommend Cash App, but on Coinbase, you just go in, you attach your bank account like you do with your Cash App or WhatsApp, or with your Cash App or Venmo, and then you just start buying some crypto. You know, they have a few that are available, but buy some, get some Tether or some of the stable price coins like USDS or USDT. USDS, yes. And then, you know, go to an exchange, get an account, verify the account, and then watch some videos on how to trade. There's a real great Telegram group called the Crypto Geese. For those of you who don't know, I'm on an agorism podcast called Unloose the Goose, and there's a whole crypto community in there, because the whole idea behind agorism is a free exchange of ideas, disintermediate the state, and do what it is we came here to do, build the dreams of our lives, and work together in doing that cooperatively. And so, so learning these techniques, learning how to use an exchange, like put some time in and invest in yourself is what I mean. And then once everybody's sort of caught up to speed on how to use, for instance, MetaMask, then we can start distributing FIRE tokens. But until that time, you know, it's not going to do you any good, right? Because how are you going to get value out of them? You can sit on them, but you have to sit on them in a wallet, you know, and you have to have experience and understanding how the wallet works. Are there any questions about that specific, like the whole cryptocurrency? Because I'm here to answer, you know. Juliet.
Hello. So I'm wondering, so I have a small business that I haven't started pushing yet, but basically it's, I have people work on breath work, alignment, and then some exercises you can do right where you are to just feel better and be more energized through the day and avoid like injuries and stuff. But point is, I would love to add this. I can't replace it. And unfortunately, as much as I love agorism, I'm not going to do black markets with my business, but so I will have to make sure that I'm like reporting whatever I need to. But can I add taking crypto legally? Okay, yes. So any advice of where to start, or like, because I want to accept it. I want to start using the alternatives. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if you're going to be doing accounting and, you know, all above the board, like, which I recommend, you go to Coinbase.com and open up an account, and you can start accepting crypto for payment, right? You can put your Bitcoin address, your Litecoin address, your Bitcoin Cash address on your website or in the sales process, and you'll have to do it manually there. There are some services that will allow people to send their crypto and it gets transferred into fiat directly into your bank account. You'll have to look up which one is the best one at this time, but there are a number of services out there that do that. But the most hands-on, easy way is get a Coinbase account and just manually process those transactions. Put up a button, and then you know there's a sales process that you can put on your website, for instance. Or if you're doing what kind of work do you do?
So I'm like it's kind of in the space between physical therapy, fitness, ergonomics. So it's exercise.
So it's a lot of there's a high touch point. You like actually get FaceTime with them. It's a personalized relationship. So it's a lot easier than for you to, you know, you take it, just how you process their credit card payment. You show them a QR code on your phone if they're a crypto user, and then they can just pay you right there. And then you accept it into your account. And then when you turn it into fiat, then you claim it, you know, as revenue on your taxes, or you just turn it into fiat immediately and then claim it as part of your revenue.
Okay, that's super helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody else have questions on crypto, MetaMask, and or how we're going to accept FIRE tokens?
I'm not sure.
Who was that? Was that Snowman?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm new on the Zoom thing. I'm trying to figure out.
No worries. Welcome. Thanks for coming.
Cool, yeah. Just wondering, moving forward, I have currently YouTube and Facebook that I post content on, and I know that in the near future I'm going to need a new home for my content. I was wondering what FIRE would be offering. If you had any thoughts about that, what FIRE might be offering for content creators.
Yes. So in the roadmap, one of my business partners, our developers, they have what's called a Web 3.0 solution that should be released any day now, where you can go and build websites. It's an entirely new World Wide Web that's built all on decentralized blockchain, meaning that the web is distributed everywhere. It's not hosted on a server. Everybody who uses it is basically a primary node running the entire web, the web infrastructure, right? Imagine if all of the servers that comprise the World Wide Web, because that's what the World Wide Web is, right? Just a bunch of servers all over the planet with data on them, addresses. Those hold their aspect of the data, those websites, those Amazon products, whatever. If that server goes down, it's not mirrored anywhere, so it's a central point of failure. A decentralized web is essentially the World Wide Web holographically on every person's device, right? Whether it's a laptop or whatever, it's essentially a web browser. And to run the web browser, you are actually running a node. So if somebody tries to they can't take it on a website because it's holographic on all the rest, meaning the entire code or whatever is there, it's distributed between everybody. So the idea here is on our this year roadmap is to take the app that we have on the phones in the App Store and the Google Play Store, turn them into a progressive web app and put them on the decentralized web. So we'll have a censor-proof website or a censor-proof social media outlet, right? That's powerful in and of itself. There's a lot of people who want it. We've been having meetings with some of the people in the former administration who really want this, right? And for a lot of reasons, the Second Amendment or the First Amendment has been under fire since freaking 2016, really before that, but everybody really started becoming aware of it then. So to have a social media apparatus or a social media site that's distributed that can't be taken down is a huge boon. So we want to take the web app that we have, the app that we have and turn it into a web app. There are a number of different services out there that are providing already blockchain solutions for video and audio and whatever, like Odyssey and Library, but they're already a threat and people are trying to take them down, the SEC, for instance.
Great. I understand.
So,
I think Xavier, that you might be thinking about this from a different perspective than I am.
please.
YouTube and Facebook are my primary income, so I can't post anything. I'm very sneaky when I try to sneak stuff in there for my viewers to wake up a little bit, but
right.
It's it's my livelihood and it's something that I can't mess with.
Yeah.
But I know them that they're not going to be around in the future. They can't be. It just doesn't make sense. So
I would recommend building a presence on Odyssey. So on Odyssey, for instance, you can put up a website. You might get, instead of 10,000 views, you might get 1,000 views. But people tip in Odyssey in a cryptocurrency, and you might make $100 on those 10,000 views, but you'll make $500 in the tokens if you learn how to use crypto and use the Odyssey library tokens, right? Because there's a much more engaged audience there than just consumers on YouTube or MooTube.
Well, what I'm thinking is, will you be able to offer crypto as a payment for viewers for original content on the FIRE platform?
Yes, that is definitely what we're
before
looking.
Platforms go down, I would put out videos that saying new content will be on such and such website or such and such a platform. So right now I'm shopping for a new platform or several platforms because I don't like to put all my eggs in one basket. But I have a ton of original comedy content that people love. So I still need to be putting food on the table, before I jump the shoot. So I need to find somewhere where I can put content. So it might be lucrative for FIRE to think about paying original content creators some kind of crypto or something to make them want to come on over and put their good content on there,
That's right.
Build an internal audience.
That's right. And that is our roadmap.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and Baseline is, I'm assuming you found us through Baseline. Baseline was sort of like the net to cast and get people interested. Some of the awoke people, the awakened people. It's clever, it's witty. We want intelligent people who are motivated about building a brighter future and willing to do the work to get there. And then sort of getting us all together. A, it's beautiful getting to meet and get to know all of you. B, it looks good from an optics standpoint for investors saying, wow, there's a very lively community here. There's an app already existing. We want to be involved with this. There's success. Look at the launch parties and the events that they're throwing. you know, and then back it up with like, here's our vision, here's step one, here's step two, here's this amazing technology that we have for building that will, you know, replace concrete and steel at some point. Here's a phone that you can scan COVID, you know, like there's all kinds of really amazing technologies. And we've gotten a lot of really great feedback from our investor relations. But again, I'm also like, I really just want to include the community as well. So, you know, we're kind of mulling over this. Once it's in operation, then we just create the Earth credits and we can start paying everybody to start building the network in Earth credits. Because like the idea is like, we'll be able to process transactions with your FIRE card to Starbucks or anybody outside the network, and we'll just pay them in fiat, right? Because we'll have the money for the Earth credits that people purchase. But then we can use that and pay people in Earth credits, and they can start using their Earth credits at those places as well. So it's like a functional, stable price digital trade instrument, which is what the market doesn't have. Like people are not using Tether so much to pay, although it is growing in market share in terms of that, but people are still using like Bitcoin Cash and stuff. And people don't want to spend their speculative instruments because they want them to increase in price. They're speculating on them, right? So the goal is a digital trade instrument that stays the same price so people can use it, and we increase what's called the velocity of the currency. Okay, so yes, cool. I want to pay content creators with our Earth credits. Thank you.
You could have said it a lot faster, but that's cool. Thanks for the details.
Yeah, I kind of want to like touch everything so that everybody gets a little bit out of it. Does anybody else have any questions on the cryptocurrency and or MetaMask?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for being here, Snow. Juliet, is that hand up from before, or did you want to ask something again?
I'm trying to...
Nope, sorry. How do I take my hand down? That was from before.
I'll do it for you. All right, Seance, your turn.
Hey, thanks. I just want to say thanks. This is actually super informative. My name's Chauncey. It's just a funny way to spell it.
All right, Chauncey. You're Irish?
And yeah.
Very cool.
Yep. But it came from, my last name starts with a C, so my friends started calling me Chauncey, and then it's become that. Anyway.
Oh, that's it. Very cool.
Yeah. I appreciate a lot of the details that you just gave, and I have like a lot of fuel from it. And my only question is, would it be possible to get access to this recording so I can go kind of take notes on a lot of the coins and other different terms you mentioned, so I can do my little bit more focused homework?
I got you, bro. This is actually live streaming to YouTube right now on the FIRE channel. So nice. it'll be up there, and I don't think that they would take this down, so it should be there.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Go check it out there. Perfect.
First off, where are you based, and what's your superpower?
I am based. I just moved from San Diego to Colorado.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, and my superpower is a music producer and rapper, and I'm also a visual media producer. So I love your baseline jam that you put on the end of all the bass lines. Put a bass line. Yeah. If you ever want someone to help create that to a real theme song, I'd love to do something like that. Or okay, so in any way help.
Yeah. Bass line, bass line. That's basically the song right there. If we could do that, I'm totally thrilled. Yeah, and then I've actually got one from FIRE too, and it goes like this. We got the fire on, we put the fire on, we got the fire on in our souls. It's kind of catchy. It reminds me of like, I want my MTV.
Yeah, that's got a little 80s feel to it. I like that.
Yeah. So hit me up on, are you in the FIRE chat and Telegram?
Yeah, I am.
DM me and let's work on something, because I've got a band that we're been performing. We're going to be performing a bunch more, but I've got like lots of music and stuff. We could do some collabs.
Okay, I'd love to. That'd be great. I'll hit you up.
Sweet. Thanks, Chauncey.
All right.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thanks.
Anybody else want to ask about some crypto or FIRE tokens, or how we're going to do that? Or any questions in general? I want to make sure, Chauncey, that's the first time I've seen you here. So I want to look through the list and see if there's anybody new that would like to introduce themselves. See a couple new names, but I want to, Christine, have you been here before? I feel like you have. Christine Brebs.
Hey,
Hey.
Sorry, I was making mate in the kitchen. But I heard my name and I was like,
Awesome. Welcome.
Hey, thanks. No, today's my first time. Natasha sent me the link for today, and I've
Neat.
commented to you a bunch of times, and you've responded to me. So this is my first time taking part in a meeting and listening, and I have absolutely no idea about cryptocurrency at all, and I live in a third world country, so it's all kind of a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
But
Which country do you live in?
I live in Argentina,
Wow.
which economically is going down the toilet really bad, and I'm really happy that I have my U.S. bank account.
Yeah, I bet.
And you know,
Are
and I've
people
been
accepting-
getting.
Are people accepting crypto in Argentina? I know that there's a huge Argentinian economy for Bitcoin and others.
Not anybody that I know, but I'm a musician, you know, that's my superpower. So I'm a violinist. So,
Oh, wow.
but I'm a mom and I've been getting my US stimulus checks. So I suddenly have more money in my bank account than I've ever had. And I want to do something intelligent in my life.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, for
So,
sure. So in Argentina right now, is it hard to get basic goods and services?
No.
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 You got everything you need, like toilet paper?
Yes. It's we have everything we need. It hasn't been shut down like that, but you know, I've had 3 concerts in the past year.
Wow.
So
Yeah. I've got friends up here even who, because of the shutdowns, they are artists and big, well-known artists, right? And it's like same thing. They're like, we need to be touring, we need to be performing, not just but for our souls, you know. So do you have recordings?
I'm a freelance player. I've played on a lot of people's work, and recently I have gotten into doing some solo stuff, but I don't really have anything except for a couple videos out there, like on my YouTube channel. But,
I'm pretty sure everybody in the Telegram chat would love to see some of those videos and some of your work. If you want to post them and fire on in the Telegram, that would be awesome.
Okay. All right, I'll do that.
And Chauncey's a producer. I'm a producer. You know, maybe if we like your work, you know, maybe we'll work with you then.
That would be awesome. I come up to the States, you know, I'm from California, so.
There you go. So yeah, the Coinbase stuff. You could with an American bank account, and I don't think that crypto is outlawed in Argentina. You could open up a Coinbase account and just, you know, buy a couple of coins. I would only stick to the ones in the top 10 to begin, or the top 3. You know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin's been on a tear. Those are great ones to get started with. Again, not financial advice, but for me, investing when I did was one of the smartest things I've ever done.
Okay.
Yeah.
And all right. Is there anybody that does like kind of beginner courses or like
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. So if you're on Telegram, you can also go to the Crypto Geeks Telegram chat, and they have a whole, like, their pinned message is a whole introduction to crypto with videos and links and stuff. So that's t.me/Crypto Geese. Woo!
Crypto Geese?
Yeah. CRYPTOGEESE.
X or S? S?
Yeah, S, like geese.
Okay, like the plural
Like
of
the animal.
geese.
Yep, exactly.
Awesome.
They picked geese for the podcast because geese like mess everybody up if they start messing with them. So that was the idea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
Well,
attacked.
thanks for spending your time with us this morning, Christine.
Well, I'm really happy to be here, and it's and you're a pleasure. Like I'm one of those that got roped in on Instagram, you know, like I think Elizabeth April or somebody posted you, and I was just like, oh, or because you announced her, and then so I saw you, and then so you're part of my daily news now, which is awesome because I
Yeah.
have my daily news people, you know, because
That's
you can't
awesome.
trust the TV. So
And I do my best if I ever make mistakes to account for them the next day and be like, yeah, I fucked up on this thing. Sorry. Like I've been taken for, oh, let me see. I sent that to Barry. I meant to type this for everybody. I'm going to put the link for the Crypto Geese for those of you who don't have it yet. It's that here. All right. We've also got, thanks, Christine. We've got SageMark. If you would like, you've got your hand up. Would you like to tell us who you are and what you're about and your superhero power?
There we go. Hope you can hear me now.
Yep.
I'm no superhero, unfortunately. I'm just a guy. But I had a question on whether or not there was going to be like a FIRE store, kind of like maybe replacing Amazon and all those other guys.
That's the idea. It's going to be sort of, you know, how Amazon allows retailers or manufacturers to go directly to market through their marketplace. That's essentially what we're doing. We want to have our own FIRE products, probably starting out with some, you know, healthy drinks, some nutrient drinks, or some hangover cures or cleansers, you know, like just FIRE drinks. And then I want to do like a whole uniform, FIRE uniform for associates and owners. So when we show up to events together, we know who we are. And there's a really cool aspect. If we own a company together and we don't have like a centralized control structure, but rather a set of agreements on how we advance ourselves in the corporation, then we can have like merit badges, essentially, right? Training that you can do within the app, where you can advance your career level, your merit and your worth into the company, and like actually wear that as like a signia or badge. So like if we're looking for somebody, if we have a project like, I don't know, a garden project, we can do a search in the community and find out who's really skilled at permaculture, who's got their PDC, who's got the land. You know, we can actually look at everybody, do a good audit and say, oh, between these people, we just have to introduce ourselves and see if they'll be a good fit. And then we have the team there. So we could actually use it as a good search to actually build the projects and things that we want in the corporation. So specifically in terms of a marketplace, yes. And then you would accept Earth credits instead of like US dollars or whatever. If you come into the private economy and we're all transacting in Earth credits, then yeah, whatever service or goods that you have, you put them on the marketplace. And then it's kind of like a very similar structure to Amazon or eBay in that regard. Hopefully.
So would a brick and mortar type
yes,
location be beneficial for a FIRE?
100%.
Okay.
In fact,
the way I like to sell FIRE products.
Yes.
And you know, have everything go to FIRE.
Yeah. What kind of store have you got?
It's just concept at the time. I got a Art Deco location in mind, and
nice.
It'd be like a great office for sign up for, you know, getting people on board, introducing them, do classes, and also sell products. I'm looking at solar panels, generators, you know, things to help people go offline, good quality products that, you know, everybody needs, has to have.
So what we're looking to do with the closing of our capital raise is downtown Delray opening up a FIRE store with like a tea bar or something in downstairs where people can come gather, and then all the FIRE products that people in the community make, and or our uniforms and or solar products or whatever. And it's downtown, so like it's a gathering place, but it's like when you walk in and you have the coins in your wallet that open up certain aspects of the corporation or whatever, you walk up and the doors just open for you rather than you have to knock or get in or whatever. It's like a private club, right? But it's also got all these really cool products that are benefiting the earth. We have events. I want to put like an upstairs office and like apartments and this and that, make real world hubs like our place in North Carolina. And yes, so physical products for sure.
Awesome. Thanks for the answer.
Hey, thanks for being here, Sage. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Anybody else new that would like to introduce themselves? And we're at 11:46. What I'd love to do is, if there's anybody that would like to introduce themselves and tell us who you are and what you're about and what your superpower is. And then last round of questions, and then we'll get into the meditation. So if there's anything I haven't said that anybody would like me to speak to, please make yourself known either in the chat or raise your hand and introduce yourself. Cool picture, Shansi. Okay, so no questions. Hey, Jordan, are you raising your hand?
Yeah, I'm just saying hello.
Hey, man.
I've been on a couple of times. I haven't said hello the last 2 or 3 times, so I want everyone to say hello. I'll make a quick comment regarding MetaMask because I happen to have a wallet and I have a few wallets, and I'm like somebody who's been in crypto for a while, but I'm like a clumsy crypto dude. That the MetaMask wallet is really convenient. There's plenty of YouTube videos. I'll find some. I'll put them up on there, and you can use it easily. There's a browser application if you're using it on your computer, which I happen to like. So it's a good choice. It's a good wallet. It's very easy.
Yeah.
That's it.
But it is specific to Ethereum, right? So they have one that's specific to Ethereum, and so you don't store like your Bitcoin on MetaMask, right? It's only for like Ethereum and or ERC20 tokens or BSC20 tokens, if you know what that's all about. BEP tokens. Cool. Thanks, Jordan. Yeah, that would be awesome if you could post a video on the group chat or anybody here do that. Michael, I saw you raise your hand. I didn't want to put you on the spot. If you'd like to introduce yourself, and that would be awesome. I'd love it. Oh, Natasha, you've got something. Go ahead.
Did you say something about drinks?
Yes. So actually, there's somebody in this chat right now who we have met in person, and I'm working with them on a project with some partners in Romania to bring a real simple like hangover cure that uses vitamin C, parsley, and some other milk thistle to help do a cleanse. So like if you're really hungover and drink a lot, you can drink this in the morning. It'll make you set you straight. But it opened up the doors to like, why don't we do a couple of different products, right? And have like a drink line that we release privately to our network and, kind of grow it from there. So yeah, pickle juice works great. Cool.
Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to, tell you where I come from. I've been a bartender for 16 years before the pandemic happened, and I developed a really strong sense of taste, and I also have an extreme sense of smell. So, and I'm really proficient and knowledge of the herbal world and all that stuff. My point is that I make a tasty, tasty, tasty cocktail. Give me an idea, give me a flavor. I could do magic. I just wanted to tell you this if you ever want to work with me.
Yeah, definitely. We should have known that for the launch party. That would have been great.
Yeah. Oh, and I have a lot of fun bartending. If you ever need a bartender, I'm there. Like, you can't get better than me. I mean, I know I'm like speaking really big-headedly about it, but like really no, my skills are awesome. Oh, and one more thing. I had fairly recently discovered, I'm sure you know about this, the Kangen machine, the water machine, the water ionizer, alkalizer, purifier. So that is something that I highly recommend, first of all, on your daily basis, drinking that kind of water. But I was thinking like, using that kind of water to create any of your cocktails. You want the best, the purest. There's literally nothing like it out there.
Okay.
Sorry for the whole sales thing.
No, it's cool. I got something ringing. I don't know which one.
I'm a distributor for them. That's why I'm being all salesy about it,
Okay, cool. So I want to give Michael an opportunity to introduce himself.
Yeah.
How's it going, everybody? My name's Michael Corey, and I've been working with Xavier for about a year now on a couple of different projects. I decided to drop in today. Wanted to tell you, Xavier, amazing job considering where we were a year ago and where you are now.
Right? I know.
I commend you, and yeah, absolutely amazing community, amazing people. I didn't want to, say too much with regard to crypto, but I have invested myself, and I definitely see where this is going with regard to how much you're putting community effort in and getting everybody involved. It's amazing. So
I have to say, like, I'm super inspired by all of these folks. Like, we threw a big party here in Florida on a yacht, in February, and people came from all over the country, like literally all over the country. I got hotel rooms for everybody, and it was like this really big yacht and really beautiful, and we just had a blast. I mean, like, for a couple of days we all got to hang out and get to know each other, and some of the folks that were there are here on the call now too, and like
So much fun.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Keep it going, because that's what really needs to this kind of movement, right? These small little
exactly.
or big rather, but just all over the country and all over the world. Continuing to break bounds and
that's it. I'll do the wink. It's time, right? So
absolutely.
Thank you so much for being here, Mike. What's your superpower?
Well, I'm leading some of the pack in the truth community. We're working right now on an organization that we're going to be putting out there. It's Plus Ultra. Essentially, it's going to be looking at creative litigation and pushing back against the systems that are currently really dampering down the ability for anyone that's a smaller business or just you yourself to get out there and start competing with these bigger industry corporations, for lack of a better word.
That's the idea,
Absolutely.
With something like FIRE, we could crowdfund a class action lawsuit, right? Hire lawyers to go after some of these big environmentally degrading companies or organizations that are really squelching the liberties of humanity. So
absolutely. Yeah, I would love to partner up and get something going. So
awesome.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak, and keep doing this. I mean, keep going. You guys are doing great. I'm really
thanks for being here. And then I got a message from Raven. You said you wanted to mention an idea, my man. And then if you want to ask a question or speak, now would be the time to raise your hand. And then after Raven, you'll get an opportunity. Otherwise, we'll go straight into the meditation.
Thanks, Xavier. It's a good one to piggyback on. So there's a lot of people talking about the difference between legal and lawful. So when you encounter the justice system, what they want to do is treat you like a corporation, and they start basically adding up fines on you. And if you can argue that you are not a corporation, but that you're a living man or woman, that it puts you in a whole different set of rights that you maintain. But if you get thrown in as a corporation, then you lose those rights and you play by their game. And so my thinking is, I'm finding different people around the world. There's a guy in Canada and Australia and England, and they're talking about this. And it's kind of hard to find out, well, what do you say in the very beginning when you get encountered with a legal situation? And it's something where, like, I expect I would pay money for that information, to get that consultation. And while you're looking for things for people to invest in order to get the cryptocurrencies, the FIRE currencies, that might be something where if we can find people to create a database, it does two things. It makes it where the more people talking about lawful, the more it's in the conscious mind and more familiar people are with it, but also it puts a value on something, and it would be great to attach like a cryptocurrency or something with that. That's just my thought, and it's a whole it's a whole new.
Yes. No. Okay. So a lot of the people who are like, I'm a sovereign. Yeah, you're a sovereign in prison now, or you're a sovereign, with fines. Like, congratulations, that's all fun and games, and that's really, really cute. That's how it's treated, and there's valid reasons for that. Like, I'm just going to drive without a license and say I'm a sovereign individual and a natural person and all this. It works in theory, but not in actuality. Except I've actually, see, lightning agrees. Okay. I actually spoke with a group of people. There's a fella in this FIRE chat named Sky Cubby. If anybody knows him, anybody here familiar with Sky Cubby? He's got a chat called Worldwide Awake with Sky Cubby. I'm going to share that right now in the FIRE chat. And I was on a call this past weekend with them and Sky. They've got a really interesting thing going on. They've had a lot of people that have successfully used the procedures that they have and not gone to prison, right?
Yep.
And they have a continental dollar and an entire infrastructure based on copyright and land titling. And I don't know enough about it, and I'm still researching it, but they have like an entire legal system. They have their own post office. They have their own issuing postal service. And the way that they've been successful in court, as I understand it, and again, I don't know a great deal about it yet. I'm just introduced to this crew. They want to get a currency, a digital currency called the Continental Dollar. They have designs and they're already in circulation, whatever. But they are technically resident aliens according to the law. They don't like the law. They don't like the system or whatever, but their way of dealing with it is that they are naturalized persons and they have their own quote unquote sovereignty and are considered they have like their own passports and stuff, and they are considered resident aliens essentially. And I don't know if any of you know, but some of you may, what benefits resident aliens or illegal aliens might have here in the United States. Like there's a bunch of them. So there's some really interesting stuff there. My recommendation would be to go chat up with Sky Cubby, see if you can get on one of the calls. I missed the last one and I meant to be there, but it was the weekend and I was just like, dog, I'm going to bed. Sorry. But I have meaning to, they want to connect with me. They have a whole president, the Secretary of State. I mean, like they are the American Republic is basically how they're rolling. Now, I don't know how dangerous that could be going down the road. Again, the American Revolution was because of currency, because the colonies were starting to issue their own script and they weren't trading in whatever the dollar was that the British used or the pound back then. And that was a big reason why the whole thing went down. Although it's not the mostly spoken about reason, right? That's not the widely advertised reason. So I would recommend getting in touch with Sky, getting to the Worldwide Awake invite group that I just put in the Telegram chat. And let's see if we can get them on a call with us. Maybe we'll do a special Fireside Chat where they present just to the FIRE community here and we see what they've got to say. How does everybody feel about that?
It sounds good.
Okay, cool. Because I'm considering taking them on as a client to make their coin. But I have to run it by my lawyer. So we'll see how that goes. And if I can get him on the call, that would be great, but I doubt it. So cool. Any other questions? Awesome. We're at the top of the hour. And at the end of every Fireside Chat, every Monday, we do a quick meditation. And the way that looks like, if anybody wants to dip out, God bless. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your time. That's one of the most valuable things on the planet. And so for you to share it with us means a lot to me. But the meditation goes like this. We're going to do a relaxation visualization with the golden light that fills all of the cells of our vessel. And then we are going to do a breathing technique, which allows us to pull that Schumann resonance electromagnetic energy from the earth, spiral it up our spines, awaken and make coherent the cellular structure within our atomic DNA, and then expel it and create greater coherence in the field around us in the way that a magnet lines up iron filings. We're going to do that with the air around us. And then we're going to increase the density of our comprehension and what's in our body, the universes within each cell, by expanding our awareness and kind of going through the dimensions, as it were, until we get back to the same starting point with a lot more power and a lot more intensity and a lot more magnetism. So Lori's saying, stick around, you'll feel great. It's true, it's true. All right, I'm gonna turn my phone off so we don't get any interruptions. Lightning, I'm gonna need you to be quiet if you can. So if you find yourself in a seated position, just take a couple breaths, deep inhalation, and kind of just become fully present here. Release all of the stuff that we've been talking about. Release any of the stress or considerations or consternations you've had over the weekend or the week, or any of the problems that are going on. Just put that all aside for now. Find yourself in a seated or relaxed position. And we're going to begin with observing a golden light raining down on us from above, from heaven. The infinite creator's light and wisdom shining through us. Imagine a golden rose gold light shining down on you, touching the crown of your head and bathing you. And wherever it touches you, imagine any of your stress, concerns melting off of you like coconut oil, like warm coconut oil pooling below you. And as the light touches down upon their forehead, imagine it begins to fill you, fill your cranium, fill your body. And as the rose gold light touches the crown of your head, imagine you're open to the guidance and love of the infinite creator. And as the rose gold light fills in your cranium, imagine it warming and relaxing your brain, firing with less intensity and more peace. You can feel the warmth from the top of your head going down to your third eye, to your eyeballs, just releasing any stress there. Just relaxing your thoughts, relaxing your eyes. As the rose gold light fills up your head, it goes down further, covering your nose and your ears, and your jaw and your teeth and your chin, with warmth and coherent, conscious awareness, relaxing you into a deeper state of comprehension and acceptance of what is, structuring your atoms and molecules within your body into greater coherence, into more effective expression of your being. And as that rose gold light continues down your neck, opening up your throat, allowing you the freedom and expression to speak your truth and be in your honest expression of being. And as the light continues down, it covers your muscles and your neck muscles and your shoulder muscles. Taking a moment to release any tension there into this warm awareness. And as all of the consternation and considerations melting off you, front and back, like warm coconut oil melting into a pool below you, so too will you be able to stand above your stresses, above your challenges, into empowered expression of the one infinite creator. And as the light continues down within you, it covers your heart and your lungs and your pecs, opening your heart into gratitude for your ancestors, for this moment, for your families, for your home, for the beautiful movie that is life that you get to experience and express yourself within. In gratitude for the life that you breathe, the air that you breathe, the heartbeats that you beat. Relaxing deeper into a state of stresslessness, sitting above your considerations like a pool of warm melted coconut oil. As the light continues down into your solar plexus and covers your ribs, you are aware that you are. You can see all of the atoms and molecules in your body lining up into perfect coherence, increasing the capacitive nature of your vessel, electromagnetically shining brighter, with greater conductivity and power and magnification. Comfort in that you are. Comfort in that I am. As the light continues down, filling up your vessel in your arms and biceps and elbows down to your belly, filling up the creative root, your drive, your life force, your key, money, sexuality, striving, opened, released, stressless, impassioned, coherent. As the light continues south into your pelvis, covering your hips and your thighs, and your knees, opening up your root, understanding that you are connected with the people, your family, your tribe. You are one. You are safe. You are one human in the sea of humanity. A family of souls collected to experience the grace of the infinite creator. And as the light continues to fill up your vessel and all of your stresses melting off of you, fills up your knees into your toes and your ankles, until you are full of radiant, conscious, coherent light. Weightless, effortless, from head to toe, skin to bone, through and through, a vessel of billions of atoms structured in perfect balance to express the fullness of that which you are. Take a moment to be in this grace, to be in this place, weightless, in the sea of atoms that make up this planet, the grand symphony of creation. We will begin the breathing, whereby we pull the energy up from the earth, spiral it up our spine with every inhale, increasing the capacitive resistance of our body to increase the electromagnetic flow of life, to create greater coherence and create greater magnetism in our life so that we may experience, by God's grace, that which is destined for us. And then we will hold our breath, and then we will exhale a spiraling water fountain of light, love, energy around our aura or our magnetic field, increasing the atomic structure and coherence of the air molecules around us into greater and more subtle feeling and understanding, more clarity. And then we will hold it. And we will do this 4 times. Inhale, spiraling the energy of the life of the earth up through your spine. Inhale and hold it, floating in the sea of oneness. Exhale, spiraling the water fountain of life around us, increasing the coherence of our atomic structure, and hold it. Floating in the stillness. Inhale, spiraling the water fountain of life up our spine. Hold it. Exhale, increasing the coherence of the atomic structure around us as part of our being, and hold it. Inhale, drawing the energy up from the earth, increasing the life force, and hold it. In stillness, exhale the water fountain of light around to increase the coherence of your atomic structure, and hold it. Inhale, drawing the energy up. Hold it. In the stillness, exhale the water fountain of life force energy around your being, and hold it. Floating in the sea of cosmic eventuality. Inhale and hold it. Stillness in the grand symphony of creation. Exhale, coherence, and hold it. Once more, inhale the spiraling life force through your spine. Inhale and hold it. One with the grand symphony of creation. Exhale, increasing the coherence of our atomic structure. And breathe normally in a relaxed state, fully present, aware of yourself as the leading tip of the millions of years of ancestors of humanity through which you have found expression. The leading tip of the spear of life that has come through countless generations of your ancestors' longing, striving, passion, attention, and expression. Love's longing for itself in its own gnosis and understanding. Become aware of the atomic structure of your vessel and that which you are as an expression of the one infinite creator. Become aware of the electromagnetic field of your vessel and your being that stretches out anywhere from 1 to 5 to 50 feet with coherent thoughts and memories and feelings, where you store the senses that when somebody is thinking of you, you can feel it. When someone will call you, you know who it is. This is stored in the field of atomic energy and atoms in the field of life around you. Increasing the coherence of that field increases your capacity for non-local awareness. Truly expressing oneself as the infinite creator, as an aspect and facet of the gem of the divine in the grand symphony of creation, of which you are a part. As you become aware of your own structure and the field of air around you, float up and out into the room that you are in, holding all of the memories and emotions of your time there. The very atoms and molecular structure of the building holding the thoughts and feelings, the tears, the joy, the laughter, like tracks in the sand on the beach. So too are these things held within the atomic structures of that which is around you. These are the vibes. Become aware of the millions of molecules and atoms holding the room together, a sea within which you are swimming and floating, a place which has housed you, held you, secured you, provided safety for you, an extension of your experience. As you increase your size and magnification, you float up and through the building, becoming aware of the apartment complex or the home, the building that you are in, potentially housing other life forms and other lives and other stories, all notes in the grand symphony of creation, the sea of atoms and being within which you are a part. Become aware of the town or the city or the woods outside around you, filled with their own life, their own stories, humans and birds and animals, fish and trees, all notes in the grand symphony of creation comprising the song of which you are a part. Atoms filled with intense and infinite universes, dancing together in molecular formation and expression of harmony and truth, expressing the facets of the infinite creator. As you increase your size and magnification, you become aware of the county or state that you are in, with the thousands to millions of life forms, the birds, the four-legged ones, the insects, the people, trees and the sky, the atoms, all in formation of molecules and coherent structure, creating a symphony of creation of which you are a part. Wherever you put your awareness, so too does your soul experience. As we increase our size and magnification, we become aware of the nation that you are in. You become aware of the place full of its own story, its own destiny, comprised of countless notes, comprised of countless lives, working together in harmony and balance to manifest that which is in the highest order for all beings, to understand and grow and experience themselves in the love and the grace of the infinite. The grand symphony of creation, of which you are a part. As we increase our size and magnification, we come to the upper edges of the atmosphere of this place that we call Earth. A grand symphony in its own right, song with billions of years of history. A beautiful note in the sea of information that is the solar system and the galaxy. comprised of infinite lives, leading infinite songs, working in balance and in harmony to create the experience of that which you call here and now. And at the edge of the atmosphere, we are aware of one another as lights floating the edge of space. Imagine a light, a web moving from you to each of the others here with us now, sharing in our journey the innocence, the hearts striving for truth and light, to know and grace the infinite creator. Imagine below you the earth in turmoil and people are in question, uncertain. Give thanks. Give thanks for these times that you might become aware of your place in the grand symphony of creation, that which you truly are, a being of love, a being of truth, the earnest, innocent, heartfelt striving of a soul, infinite in complexity, eternal in nature. And send love to these and those below. Greater coherence and harmony. A beautiful world unfolding, growing through its challenges, a species becoming aware of itself. So too are there angels hovering with us here, who are guardians of this place, who watch over and guide and protect. And they are grateful for your presence and your earnest, heartfelt strivings towards peace, towards love, towards a greater expression of God's creation, the infinite grand symphony creation. As we increase our size and magnification, we become aware of the moon with its own billions years of history, its own trillions of atoms and molecules structured together to form a coherent manifestation of expression. Aware too are we now of the spheres in this system, the other planets, comprised of trillions of atoms, comprised of billions of years of history, large, coherent, conscious beings of gnosis expressing the infinite creator in a fractal story song. We become aware of the sun, the home for countless souls, creating the atoms within which we dwell, clothing itself, its souls, and all of us together in the manifest, that we may greater understand ourselves and reflect one another, reflect the infinite creator through our own individual selves. Love is longing for itself, gnosis, logos. As we increase our size and magnification, we understand that the spheres below us shrink. The solar system shrinks to a pinprick of light, and we are floating in a sea of space full of pinpricks of light, each one a complete system with billions of years of history, gnosis, understanding, and light, expression, each one of the infinite creator, dancing in a grand symphony of truth, expression, and form. Conscious, eternal, ever giving, ever expressing, ever exploring. A sea of information and being, power of infinite stars coursing through them, coursing through each atom and each sphere and each system. A grand symphony of creation, the likes of which have not yet been understood. As we increase our size and magnification, so too do all of those pinpricks of light shrink, and we recognize that we are floating above the Milky Way galaxy, a spiraling sea of information and song, a spiraling sea of gnosis and being, infinite, infinite expressions, countless formations of molecules, countless formations of atomic structures, swimming together in a grand sea of light, truth, sound, gnosis, being. Infinite star systems churning and creating, expressing, experiencing, fractal understanding of the one infinite creator. of which you are a part. And as we increase our size and magnification, we recognize that that place, that Milky Way, shrinks. So too are there countless galaxies in a sea of infinite star systems, sea of infinite galaxies, space in between that is reachable, stretching for as far as one can perceive. A grand symphony of creation and oscillation and expression, comprised of billions and billions of points of understanding, points of awareness, creating a sea of information, a sea of gnosis, the one infinite creator, fractaled into infinite points of light. And as we increase our size and magnification, we recognize that all of those galaxies coalesce into one point of light. And we recognize that there is another layer, and we recognize that that point of light is the center of an atom. And we are inside of an atom, another universe in and of itself. Increasing our size and magnification, we recognize that those atom is connected to another atom, creating a molecule, and that other atom is complete with its own universe inside. Infinite star systems, churning life, love's longing for itself. And that molecule is comprised of other atoms. And that molecule comprised with other molecules creates a cell within your body. And so too are you floating right there again in your body, in that room that you call here and now. Each one of your coherent atoms structured together, full of an infinity of possibility. Universes comprised of the infinite, expressing the infinite, with the complete gnosis and power of infinite universes, expressing themselves in balance, expressing themselves in coherence, in this place that you call here and now, expressing itself as this being that you call I. Truly and forevermore, every potential possible scenario that you could ever dream, hope for, seek, so too shall you find, ever and ever through eternity, on and on, through the grand symphony of creation. A being of pure light, a being of pure gnosis, comprised of the infinite ancestry and the infinite universes that combine to create this place that you call here and now, swimming in the grand symphony of creation, of which you are a part. Take a moment to become aware of the infinite power that you as a being possess for creating all manner of choices, all manner of probabilities and possibilities. Empowered with millions and trillions of stars within you, infinite civilizations and infinite expressions of creative life force, reflecting the love of the infinite creator. I greet you in that love, and I greet you in that light. Aho.
Aho.
Let's go. Wow. That was an intense one. Wow. That felt really great. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Lightning.
Yeah. Thanks, Lightning. If anybody would like to share anything that they experienced during that, now's a good time. I felt like something came over me, like this angelic, Christ-like feeling. It just felt like home. I don't know if that makes sense, but it felt perfect and beautiful. Like I didn't even know what I was gonna say next, you know?
It perfectly makes sense. You were just channeling.
I don't know about all of that.
No, you were. When you're not
Here-
thinking and you're just speaking, you're definitely channeling spirit.
Yeah, I think that's what it felt like. Like when I get in a good cipher or freestyle, it's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. We don't give
Anybody?
it ourselves enough credit.
This is true. I feel like I can go and do anything right now. I feel like let's go. You know, like I can do that. Anybody want to share anything that they experienced or felt? Otherwise, we will wrap this up and I'll well wish you on your way for the week.
I just want to share gratitude and thank you. I just found myself in tears. And right before you said the word home, that was the word that I felt. And I think I'm the oldest here. I'm old, but it's like I never felt just somehow I've like been waiting for all you younger souls. I'm not that old. I'm only 50, but it's like I've been so excited and I want to do all this stuff, and here
Right.
you are. So
Here
thank
we
you.
are. Yeah, no, thank you for being here. I think that there's some people in this one that somehow it made it more. I don't know if that makes sense, but I died when I was 17 years old, flatlined, hospital. And what I experienced today in this meditation was like that. And it was that peace, that like stillness, and that like ever-present awareness that I don't need to do anything. I can just be. And that felt really beautiful to me. So thank you for sharing, Juliet. I'm glad that you got something from it.
That's beautiful, Juliet. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, that takes a lot to be very vulnerable like that. So
You're all beautiful.
You're beautiful. You're making me cry.
Yeah, totally.
We can do this. We can do this.
We got to. You know, and even if it don't manifest on this earth, it will manifest somewhere, and we'll all be doing that shit together.
Yeah. I felt like we totally embraced the earth, just us. Like we all held the earth, and all this fear that I came into the call with, we all held it and we transmute it.
Oh.
Yes. Damn straight. You got it. All right. I'm gonna stop the